Okay, part two. So Sam was uploading all these pictures. And anyway, in short, the line group was not was not positive, was not promoting anyone. And I left it, and a couple other people left it too at about the same time. I think Scott Unrested left it then as well. And, I thought it was full of shit. And then Scott and Sam had this big blowout. I don't remember why they had a fight, right? And they used to be really, really good friends. They used to do a weekly show. But they had a blowout. And I brokered the peace. Excuse that burp. I brokered peace between them. Although, I got out of Sam's group and I told him why. We still, it wasn't like I cut any ties with him. I was just, whatever. And Sam's come to my neighborhood. He's been in my house. He's met my kid. No, did he meet my kid? I think he met my dog. I don't think my kid's been corrupted by Sam yet, but took him around the neighborhood, and my neighborhood loved him. The guy's got a lot of positive things going for him. So you can see my frustration when I see someone who has so much good in him and is so good with people. He's amazing with people. And I say that would be, when people say you're jealous of Sam, that would be the only thing I could possibly be jealous of, is that the way he interacts with people is very good, very positive. I still wouldn't say I'm jealous, but I would say it's not his YouTube, life at all, or the way he puts himself on camera. Nothing about his YouTube impresses me. But the other thing about him, which, to be nice, to be fair, to be fair as I can, and I'm trying to give you haters, the truth is that when I interact with him, I'm impressed as a human being. But the things that he does to other people have always kind of rubbed me wrong, rubbed me wrong, rubbed me the wrong way. That's it. Rub me raw. That sounds like some sexual thing, which Sam is probably capable of. So I'm not being judgmental on him like that, but there was some. He says shit in his videos to make himself look good when he doesn't have to. And I hope I don't get in. Well, I don't want to. I think I can do this because it's not true. But he claims he bought a house years ago. In his videos, he claims he bought a house. He never bought that house. And I was called him up. I said, "Why are you telling people you bought a goddamn house? Don't you think they're going to realize you're lying when you got to move a few years later?" Because it was some weird situation where the rent was fixed for. You could only rent it for 3 years. It's some bizarre situation, but why would you say that? And then, him and Unrested had a fight. I brokered peace between them. Everything was fine for a while. And he started another line group up. This time, I don't think I even tried to get in on that. But again, they were not really supportive. It was just a bunch of bad mouthing other people. And Sam would, very arrogantly, inexplicably arrogantly tell people how to, make successful videos, and he would brag about his own shit. Apparently there was some video he was going to make about Pokemon that was going to blow up, and it didn't go anywhere. It got 300 views, and he was disappointed. But the thing was, he was extremely critical of other people's success. Like Unrested, for example. Unrested always did better than he did. Had a much stronger channel. And Sam would criticize Unrested for that. Anyway, whatever. That's not a big deal. And I know this is all petty, so... like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm only doing this to get it out of the way so I never have to talk about this shit again. Because I promised you a story. So all that is not a big deal, except, he's just kind of negative. Then, I guess about 2 years ago, he was bad-mouthing a prominent Japan-based American journalist who I happen to know, who I'm not actually... good friends with. I would say maybe we're friends. But I know some of the people that work with him, and he was claiming shit like that this guy was sleeping around with all his assistants. And it number one, it wasn't true. And a particular friend of mine had been his assistant in the past. And I, not knowing who Sam was talking about, mentioned this to her. I said, because she wasn't there anymore, so I thought I naturally assumed Sam was talking about a new assistant. who I didn't even know anyway. I don't even know who that would have been in those days. So I don't know who Sam was talking about, but I thought it was funny that he would say that because it's a blanket statement. And the guy, the guy that he was talking about was not is nothing no one you particularly imagine as a sexual powerhouse or anything. Anyway, it's not that important, but so I mentioned this to her. She was furious, and she called Sam and said, "What are you talking about? I'm not doing this and that." And then Sam got pissed off at me, and he was this, bros before hoes kind of attitude. And when this came up, this is like right before the Hanami, and we hadn't talked in almost a year, right? And he said, "I can't believe you do this to me. I thought we were friends." And I'm like, and I talked to her a lot more than I talked to him. So if anyone were if we talked about friendship, I was friends with her more than I was with him, this sounds ridiculous, like it's high school bullshit. But the point is, he brought up this bros before hoes type of attitude. And I said, we're not friends, man. I barely talk to you. Don't give me that shit about, oh yeah, that's what it was. He was like, "You stabbed me in the back." Like, what are you talking about? Why are you even telling people shit like this anyway? Even if it were true, why would you be spreading that information? Well, that's just so petty. And you expect me to protect you? I talk to her all the time, and I was talking to her all the time in those days. The girl that he was claiming was sleeping around with her boss. Anyway, so we had a falling out, and I said, "Sam, we're not friends. We're acquaintances at best because we don't talk. We don't spend any, we don't talk about anything." So anyway, so that was fine. It kind of threw a cold blanket over our relationship. But he came to the Hanami, or I think it was a September party. It must have been the September party. Yeah, the September party that which we're having this year again. Yay! After all this shit, come to the September 1st party in Tokyo with Hiko Simon. If you got this far in the video. Yeah, so after that, what was that after? Oh yeah, then still, okay, we have a wet blanket on the relationship, but we're still kind of talking to each other occasionally, very occasionally. Nobody's blocked yet. Then for some bizarre reason, no, that came a little later. Okay, so then the Hanami comes the next year, and as everyone knows right now, if you watched, you may not know, but the original guy who started the Hanami, hats off to him, I've already sung his praises very fairly. It was Tokyo Kuni. What's the guy's name? I forgot his real first name. Anyway, Kuni. The guy's name is Kuni. And he left, when he left Japan, he handed off the Hanami to Sam. "You take care of this." So Sam did. Sam did a great job a few years, and a lot of people like myself helped him out as well. And everything was fine. But after the last year, Sam was pissed off because a lot of bigger YouTubers, for example, Rachel and June and other ones, ignored his emails, or possibly never saw them. But he felt like, "Oh, the bigger YouTubers ignore me, so fuck this. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not getting the attention I deserve." So he told Zach he could have it. So Zach was like, "Yay, I'll do it." And Zach's a great guy. I mean, Zach's got his own issues. A lot of people find him annoying, but whatever. In the end, the fact of the matter is he pulls through. He helped Sam on the first one a lot. Got no credit for it. Did the second one. Set it all up. The day he announces, Sam gets a change of heart and thinks, "Oh, I'm going to do it," and sets up another one to compete with the one that he handed off to Zach, which is really a dickish thing to do. It really was a dickish thing to do. And long story short, there was a big meeting calling Sam out on this shit. And, oh man, this happened so long ago, it's hard to remember. But I will tell you this. There was a phone call brokered by Akasan. So he's a witness to this. Akasan and Unrested. Unrested and Sam had a big problem with the Hanami as well. I don't remember why exactly, but Zach was not in on the phone call. because Sam is an elitist. His subs are much better than. It is my opinion that Sam's an elitist when it comes to the YouTube shit. He seems to read a lot of the way people treat him. He seems to read that as a result of their being bigger on the totem pole than he is, and he treats other people the same way, right? I'm pretty sure he's screwing over people below him and taking advantage of them, like making them edit his videos and shit like that. But that's another bizarre thing. Andy, I don't know why you blocked me, but whatever. Pretty bizarre, since I've never done anything against a guy. Yeah, okay, let me explain this. So Sam's got this guy Andy working for him, who I've supported in the past, and who has supported me. And then something happened between them. Andy suddenly blocked me on Facebook and stopped supporting me on Patreon, which is his right. But I don't know why. Seems pretty strange. But let's get back to this. So, long story short, Sam gets into this phone call, and I know everything, Sam. And he immediately apologizes and backs down and says, yeah, he was just being a dick. I'm sorry. I should have done that to Zach. And I'm going to change the date. But he'd already, agreed with Mira from, from Canada Gene 3. He agreed that they were going to have a party together. And she was fairly huge and popular at the time. So they quite possibly could have done it. Which is fine, but the thing is, like, why did only out of spite did he pick the same day as Zach, in the same location, right? It was just it was a childish thing to do, and it was a dickish thing to do. And Sam knew it, and he admitted it right away, and he agreed in that phone call, to which Aga-san, and I'm sorry to bring you into this, Aga-san, just ignore this. Don't even get involved. Don't even leave a comment, man. I love you, man. All right. Wakanda forever. Okay, anyway. Inside joke. Unrest. It's not because he's black either. It's because he likes the Marvel people. Maybe. Well, he is black. Maybe he likes Panther. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, Unrested is witness to this. Sam buckled like what do things buckle for? Like an old house of cards. I forgot what things buckled. He buckled. He buckled like his mama. Okay. Nah, let's not bring her mama, his mama in. Suffice to say, Sam admitted he was at fault and agreed to change the date, and he never did. So that was another dickish thing to do. Then, here's the other bizarre thing. Okay, on top of that, and this is why, Mira is weird. They get it into their heads that Victor is going to go over to their Hanami. Oh, by the way, third person reference me. That this Victor, not the other Victor. They think I'm going to go over to their party and like rough them up or something. I don't know. So they start talking about getting bodyguards. And here's a bizarre shit I get. Okay, and I start hearing this from other people. I won't mention them, but I hear from two different sources the same story, which is that Amira's boyfriend at the time, who apparently is like some white guy, I think he's Canadian, I don't know, is afraid I'm going to go like beat his ass for some reason. Why? I didn't even know he existed until that was told to me. And they decide that they're going to get bodyguards. And we have a mutual friend, and I won't mention her name, but a wonderful girl. I really like her a lot. She used to have dreadlocks, red dreadlocks, and then they were white, and I was very fond of her for no particular reason. And no, not a sexual, for those of you. You're just trying to bone her, man. No, it was a very clean, beautiful relationship. I thought she was just a really nice person, and the sight of her, just made me happy, right? Every time I saw her. But no, it was not romantic at all. It was just like, wow, she's really cool, and I'm glad she exists in this world, right? And she was also friends with Mira, and when I ran into Mira at a big YouTube event a couple of years before that, Mira brought this girl with her. And I went up to Mira, and nobody was talking to Mira, right? And Rachel and June were there, and Charlotte was there, but everyone's like ignoring her because they're all silly high school girls. And I went up to Mira and said, hey, thanks for bringing so-and-so with you. That was cool, because I like that girl, and she brought her with her. She was her +1, right? Anyway, who was my +1? My +1 was Tomoko. So, who also makes me smile. So, anyway, it was that kind of relationship, you know, just a really nice person. So anyway, before the fucking Hanami, Mira's boyfriend, I don't know who that is. I thought she was married. I don't fucking even know, but someone, I guess, who claimed to be her boyfriend, makes this mutual friend of ours block me, even though we're not even particularly communicating, like on Instagram and stuff. It was really bizarre. And they think Victor's going to try to pick a fight and beat up people. Sam's also under this, you know, he's entertaining this conspiracy theory and getting a bodyguard. And I just thought it was so ridiculous. Because anyone who knows me, I'm not going to go out of my way to be violent to anyone who's not attacking me. If I see you being violent towards someone, I will step in. But I will even take a punch without fighting back. And just yesterday, I get an email on Facebook, a private message, whatever, with a link to a video of some Japanese guy slapping TkyoSam in the face in public during a live show, a Twitch thing, I guess. I don't know. And remember, no more of these next month. And Sam does not react. And the guy's like, "What a bitch! He should have, you know, no one would have done that to me," kind of thing. And I was like, no, Sam was smart. That was smart. You do not react. So you guys know this, I'm not completely against Sam. I just don't want him to be a fucking liar on camera. And not to put other people down. Oh, the other weird, bizarre thing about Sam was that even though I completely never talked about him for like 2 years, he would constantly mention me in his videos. Those of you who were watching would know that. And he started posting pictures of his Patreon and my Patreon. And I heard from a mutual friend of ours that Sam was actually throwing $500 into his own Patreon just to boost his numbers because he wanted to publicly show people that he was better than Victor. And he would write things like, you know, I'm a smaller YouTuber, but I guess I strike a chord with people. And people will send me screenshots of these conversations because he's blocked on my Facebook. He goes, I guess I just connect with people better than bigger YouTubers like Victor, you know. And so even though we were not talking, I had nothing to do with him. I just, you know, I told him privately, I think you're, you know, we're not friends. And after that, he decided, okay, I'm going to start targeting Victor. So he would just talk about me all the fucking time. This was actually something that they brought up at the meeting with Akasan. He was like, why are you fucking, you know, bringing Victor up all the time? I just thought it was bizarre, you know. And in the end, where's his Patreon today? Whatever, you know. I mean, sorry, Sam, to bring that up, but... So, I understand Sam had a hard life. We talked about this before. But there's a point, you know, where you can be, you know, I'm sorry you had a hard life, but it doesn't give you there it is again. Carte blanche? What's the fucking word? It doesn't give you a free pass to be a dick to everyone else. It's nice to be nice to people. You'll feel better. You'll enjoy people. I love to see other people succeed on YouTube. I really do. This new girl came up, not my style of videos, but she's doing well. Good for her. She got 14,000. Since I made that video, she got another 4,000 something like through 2 days. Good for her, you know. Sam, I know, craves the YouTube fame, right? The success. He doesn't get it. He's a decent video maker, but he's also pretty negative towards other people. So that's why I don't associate with him. That's my beef with him. Now it's out. Now it's done. There are lots of other people who've had other problems with him. And they don't talk about it. Most people don't associate with him. I'm not saying no one should. I don't give a shit if you do. But I personally don't have the time anymore to deal with him. I got 2 kids now. And I'm happy. And why bring in that negativity? Because for me, I just see him as a very negative force. And that's my big problem with Sam. I'm sure I forgot some things, but basically I never want to talk about this stuff again. So thanks for listening. I'm sorry for ever bringing this up. If you got to the end of this video, say come by. And I would still be very willing to be friendly with Sam, but I don't think he cares. And honestly, I'm not gonna beg him. I don't care either. I mean, if you want to talk, contact me. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. That's all I got to say. All right. I will be making other videos and not about this shit anymore. Ah, finally, got it off my chest. That's great, right? Right, Deadpool? I know you're not there, but you know, I gotta end this video somehow. While the credits go up on the screen, and you know, click on this video or that video, or subscribe over here or there, right? Yeah, and I'm not looking for a war, but I don't care. You know, I probably won't even, like, I don't even, you know, when people make response videos, I don't even watch them anymore. I don't have the time for that negativity. I say what I want to say and get it off my chest, and I'm done. So, a lot more positive videos with, you know, supporting other people on YouTube. That's the kind of shit I want to do. And that's what I hope to do in the future. All right.